participation in a subscribers to ASMR compilation for another channel. And so I wanted to try to do that to bring some more, audience to our little channel. And my cat is standing on the, she doesn't even come over here, but she's standing on the camera stand. Anyway, I just thought I would do a little bit of AITA since I was already filming. And sorry, she just bumped she came off of it though. She's not standing on it anymore. You might get to see her. Clarice. She's the sweetest girl ever if she doesn't knock over the camera stand. Okay. Alright, so the first one, let me go back up because somehow the computer went down when I wasn't done reading. Because I started this video already. I had some cat drama and some other drama. Alright. Am I the a-hole for refusing to give my sister the wedding dress I bought even though I'm not getting married anymore? So I, 29 female, was supposed to get married last year, but my fiance and I ended up breaking things off a few months before the wedding. Alright, I'll go back and do the mic scratching, mic brushing toward the end, okay? Alright, it was mutual, the breakup, no drama, just a realization that we weren't compatible long term. The thing is, I had already bought my wedding dress custom made, and it cost me $4,000. I know that's a lot, but that's what I paid entirely myself, and it meant a lot to me at the time. After the breakup, I packed it up and put it in storage. Haven't been ready to sell it or do anything with it yet. It's emotional. Here's where it gets messy. My younger sister, 24 female, recently got engaged, okay? And she says we're not super close, we're different people, and she's always been a bit entitled. She came over a few weeks ago, saw the dress, we were organizing my storage closet. She asked if she could have it for her wedding. I kind of laughed and said, no, that's mine. She got annoyed and said, but you're not even getting married, you're just gonna let it rot in a box. I told her again, no, it's personal to me. And even though I'm not using it now, I'm not giving it away. She asked if she could buy it at a discount, and I said I wasn't ready to sell it. She threw a fit, called me selfish, and said I was being dramatic, just over, quote-unquote, over a dress. Her mom is now involved and thinks I should give it to her, as a gesture of sisterly love, and because it's going to waste. But I honestly feel like she's not only asking because she doesn't want to pay for one herself, and she's not exactly struggling financially. So now I have my sister and my mom acting like I'm heartless and petty for not handing it over. But it feels like a boundary I want to keep. Wow, okay. Well, first of all, I agree that the sister is entitled, and that comes across in this behavior because it's not your dress. You didn't buy the dress. Her wedding got canceled. That's not a typical thing. My cat is scratching something, sorry. That's not. What is he? Hey, come here. Sorry, I meant to mute it. I'm not starting over. I apologize, guys. I have started over so many times tonight because of these cats. And tonight was not a recording your car in the dark kind of video. So my apologies. Hopefully I can get them to listen to me by spraying their little stuff they like. Alright, I absolutely think she's not the a-hole. The sister is, and the mother as well. Only because I feel like you don't get to say if it's going to waste. I mean, she could sell that dress in a year or two for $2,000 half price and still make a profit, or she could feel amazing because she ends up waiting till she's ready and donating it to somebody that truly can't afford a dress. That's her prerogative, though. sold it, donated it, then put it somewhere they will not find it, stored at a friend's house, or rent a small storage unit until after the wedding. Offer to donate money to your sis as a wedding gift since she seems to be hurting for money. But she actually put in the post that she wasn't hurting for money. Somebody said to say I sold it for full value since she wanted a discount, so she can't argue with that. Vicious, but I like it. This is not an act of sisterly love to see your sister walk down the aisle in the dress you were meant to wear at your wedding. That sounds incredibly emotional and torturous to me. Hide it away so she doesn't go behind your back and take it. Entitled people try to get their way by any means possible. And somebody said it would be upsetting and it would feel weird. Yeah, I think the sister should understand that. I mean, I think I would understand a little bit more of the sister's perspective if she was completely broke and the sister that didn't get married, you know, if she were asking her, like, can you lend me, like, can you donate some money to me to help me get a dress? I mean, maybe that would be more appropriate. But to try to wear her dress that she kind of sees as like, you know, this beautiful thing that was supposed to be this beautiful day and then it got canceled, it is very emotional. You know, I got married once. I can say that would be very emotional. The cats are literally chasing each other and wrestling, which they never do. It's something about the microphone that brings that out. Okay. I'm trying to see. Some of these are so weird. I don't even know which one to pick because they sound so obvious. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I the a-hole for running away from someone that was chasing me with an axe? Like, that's how ridiculously obvious they sound to me. Am I the a-hole for refusing to open my pool without a safety gate? This has been a matter of contention for 3 years between myself, female 36, and partner, male 47. He inherited his family home 3 years ago, which includes a large 20 by 40 foot pool with a 10-foot deep end. The sliding glass door in the kitchen opens directly onto the pool area. For context, we have 2 kids together, ages 5 and 3. And I brought 3 of my own into the relationship, 11, 12, and 17 ages, respectively. Since we moved in, I have said the pool needs to be fenced in. The backyard itself is fenced in, so homeowners insurance grants a policy. But there is no gate fence anything between the house and the pool. The slider also grants access to our detached garage, which holds his office and my oldest son's workshop. So the slider is utilized multiple times daily. Years 1 and 2, I got child-safe sliding door locks and alarms, trying to force everyone to go out the front door and around the house to access the garage. It did not work. Partner would still utilize the sliding door. Older kids would go out that door to access the garage. Even forcing everyone out the front door isn't a full safe because the younger kids can still run around the house through the garage or the gate. Drownings happen fast. I get told, well, just watch them. Obviously, yes. But the youngest 2 are also in year 2 of swim lessons. I don't feel comfortable without a gated pool. Bottom line. Here is my AITA question. This summer, I'm refusing to open the pool until a 6-foot fence with a locking gate is installed around the entire pool. My older kids are giving me grief that I'm ruining the summer. Partner has said he doesn't have time to install a fence, but he won't hire anyone because no one can do anything as good as he can. Sarcasm. Family is upset they can't come swim. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna try to scroll down a little bit. Okay, my initial thoughts without looking at any of the comments on the thread are, I see where she's coming from. Because she's right, you can't really ever be too safe. You have little children and you have a big pool. And I personally feel like your backyard, I guess meeting insurance requirements is if you have a fence around your backyard and you have maybe a sign up saying, don't enter our pool, then you're covered if somebody does jump your fence and drown in your pool. That'd be my first fear. I'd want to have safety just so that no kid or adult not in their right mind or judgment would trespass. Not that you'd be blamed for it, but I just feel like I wouldn't want that to happen anyway. the sake of how dangerous it can be, especially when you have toddlers. Because you just never know. You know, somebody can run away from you so quickly. Things happen to the best of intentioned parents and people. So that's my take. Somebody wrote, OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. Not hoping the pool might make me the a-hole because my kids cannot enjoy swimming, staying cool, having friends over pool parties, and my partner won't be able to jump in the pool after a long day of working outside in the heat. Yeah, I didn't need that clarification. That made sense already to me. Somebody wrote, schedule an installation and be done with it. Stop effing around and get your peace of mind back. I mean, I kind of agree. If they're married, it's their money, right? And I mean, I would just tell him, like, so he's not surprised. I would say, I've told you that I'm not opening the pool unless we do this. We both know our finances. We both know we can afford it right now, and for safety reasons. Sorry. I'm gonna just let that happen because apparently my cat decided to push a bottle off of a high dresser because he is an a-hole. Well, speaking of who's an a-hole, my cat Hannibal is an a-hole. So I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna finish it up soon because I'm not gonna wait for him to push something else off. Oh my goodness. Here, come get this. Because there's a snow globe up there, so if he pushes that off, not only is it going to ruin the video and be loud, but it's going to make a mess. This is why I'm a dog person. I'm telling you. Except for my Stanzi sweetheart, I am a dog person. Anyway, I kind of agree with that person because she's asked him, she's told him, they have joint money. Just schedule it, do it. Take care of it. Last year, my neighbor fell asleep with their kid. Kid woke up, wandered in the backyard, and drowned into the pool. Their screams. The screams when mom woke up and realized what had happened. Wow. Yeah, I don't think anybody would want to risk that or chance that. Somebody wrote, why don't you just schedule an installation of your own? What? I don't even know what this says. Somebody's saying a financial concern. Like they're saying, like, why does she need her husband's permission? But I mean, she may stay home with the kids, and not to say that because he works it's only his money, but boy, is that a whole other subject to get into. I personally think that it's the dynamic between the two people. It doesn't matter. She could have a job making more money than her husband. That's not the point. The point is they're supposed to share it, and she does have the authority, especially if she's already brought it up to him and not just sprung it on him, you know, as a surprise. I grew up in a desert state where kids drown in pools every year. You try to come up with a system you were comfortable with, and nobody in the family stuck to it. They are constantly prioritizing their personal convenience above the safety of the younger two. Partner, the kids can spend a weekend putting up the fence. You want to get their pool if they want to get their pool privileges back. If they don't have time to do a super nice one to partner standards, there are plenty of temporary options that will secure the perimeter and be removed in a few years when everyone is a bit older. Yeah, that's fair. Hubby has had 3 years and couldn't get it done. That is on him. Yeah, I might tell him that. You've had your time to do it. We're hiring someone. This is a safety issue. Hold firm on this one. Drowning is the #1 cause of death for children ages 1 to 4. It only takes a few minutes for a kid to be out the door, in the pool, and over their head. And it's going to be impossible for you to watch the 3-year-old and 5-year-old literally all the time. It is unrealistic for anyone to suggest that. Tell your older kids to ask their dad for a time when they can put up the fence together, or how they can start working on it when he's not there. Make it your husband's problem until it gets fixed. I have to say I'm kind of proud of the commenters because I wasn't expecting them to all be prioritizing safety the way that I think they should. And it says somebody else said a friend's child just drowned. No fence. You are mom. You know best. Hire someone to do the fence. Yeah, period. I think we're definitely in agreement that she is not the a-hole. And it makes another point to this is that, like, she tried a safety system, and they didn't even follow it. So that can be her comeback for why, you know, the pool isn't getting opened. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find a short one to end this, but I can't. They're all so long, or they're like completely especially because he is well aware of how important it is to me. He acts like I'm a controlling a-hole for expressing any kind of feelings about it. Like I just don't want him to go and have fun with his friends. Alright, my battery is low, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't think she's the a-hole. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, only because I say they should have had